All right, here we are. We live talking to Texas. Even though this motherfucker right here don't need no introduction, I'm gonna give you this time to introduce yourself.
What's good, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's your girl Kat. K to the A to the T. What's good?
Already. So before we get started, I do like to give people their flowers, and I want to tell you that I love what you're doing, as I can see it on your shirt right there. You with the Longhorns and the cheer captain, cheer coach, and I see you time and time again, day in and day out, with your kids. How many kids you have?
6.
6 kids, man. And I see you doing it no matter what nobody say about you or whatever the case may be. I've known you for a long time, and I never seen you be down and stay down. And so I love that about you, and I want to say that's what's up. And you're a real mother, real friend, and West Side till I die.
Period. Thank you.
She
Thank you.
also has mentorship with young girls.
Speak on that.
So a while back, it was a lot of, we from Freeport, Missouri County, it's not a lot of people that these young people can depend on. So Kat took it upon herself to bring in these young girls and give them a safe place to speak. And it did numbers, and it made a huge impact on a lot of these young girls.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so just to piggyback off of that, what it's called is Reach One, Teach One. I haven't officially got my EIN and things of that nature, just because, what I've noticed about the county is people support who they want to support.
Absolutely.
Based on who you are or what people feel about you, you can get support or you can't. And so sometimes, I won't lie that I get down on my own self because I feel like, okay, well, if I make this step, I'm not going to have a lot of support. Where I have seen on social media, I've been talking about it for years. Like, we need to get behind these kids. We need to get behind these kids.
Right.
And then I see other people make the same moves and they have support out of comes from everywhere.
Right.
Where if I do it, I'm gonna have a lot of non-sayers. But I will give credit to Devin, Randon. I didn't know her prior to her reaching out to me. She reached out to me in an inbox. She didn't know me from Adam and Eve. She was putting together an event for the youth, and she thought that I would be a great person to come out and speak to the kids. I came out. I had a lot of girls. I spoke to the girls about everything. My life. At this time, my son was, a lot of people know my son was on $1 million bond. So at this time, I spoke about that, because we had girls from the same school that knew about the incident. So I spoke on my son, the things that he was going through. I spoke on me being a teenage mother and having to raise my kids by myself. So it was just a lot of things that I spoke on. So again, it's called Reach One, Teach One. Eventually I'll get it off the ground. And it's something that I want to do full time, as far as having mentorship for kids, having a safe place for kids to speak.
Absolutely. Real talk. I see I got my boy Franco back in the building, and he did say that he wanted to, when he heard that your ass was coming to the podcast, he immediately hit me up.
Period.
And he said that he wanted to ask you some questions.
Sure.
So we're going to get into it.
Yeah, I'm going to ask my questions. I'm going to get up out of here. Number one question, the people want to know, have me and you ever been exclusively involved in each other?
We have never.
Nothing, no sexual, no relationship, no
Never.
nothing. Right?
Right.
Okay. And also they want to know, why are me and you so close?
Okay. Yeah, just like he said, a lot of people, we play around. Some people think that it's serious. So that's a great question that he brought to the table. Franco and I have never had anything besides friendship. I did grow up with Franco, so I've known Franco my whole life. I have a big heart, and I have a place for people. And sometimes people hold a place in my heart, and it doesn't matter what the outside think. So Franco and I have become very, very close. He has been able to call me and say, I ain't ate today and I'm gonna pull up. Like, he could call me and say, I need a ride. I'm going to pull up. I never ask for gas money. I never ask for anything in return because I feel like oftentimes people feel like they don't have anybody
Right.
genuine.
Right.
Or people do things because they look for clout.
Right.
So we became close. Like I said, me, Jace, basically trying to be there for him. And that's what it's been.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, and another thing, I know this is a touchy subject, and it was a lot of, he say, she say, but people know that me and you fell out for a little minute, and I want you to, first of all, I just want to apologize if you felt offended by anything that I've done. I love you, and I'm always gonna love you. But people want to know your side of the story and like what in your what went on. That's what they want to know, like why you and Kat ain't at school. We always cool, we still gonna be cool, but they want to know why did we fall out for that little short amount of time.
And he want to know also.
I already know. But you
Well, you will only know how I personally move if you're close to me. A lot of people think they know me, but they have no clue. Watching me on social media, you will never get the real me.
Come on, man.
But if you're close to me, then you know the real me. I am big on loyalty because once I mess with you, I mess with you.
Absolutely.
Once you got a place in my heart, you got a place in my heart. And if I feel like you moving a little faulty, I'm going to cut you off. One thing about me, it's easy for me to go off and talk down on people that I don't care about. The way that I operate when it's people that I'm close to and they have a place for me, I don't do that. I don't go on social media and bash them. The only thing that I do is cut them off. Period. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to block you. I'm not going to say a word to you because I feel like loyalty trumps over anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I see some faulty stuff or some wiggle wag, I don't know. But if I feel that way, I'm going to remove you because I don't want nobody in my inner circle that I feel like I can't trust. If I feel like I can't trust you, I'm going to get rid of you.
Right.
And so without, just really going into details, because I don't want people to feel like they matter to me because they don't. Right. But piggying back off of you and I, that's what it was for me. I feel like it was some underlying snake stuff going on for me. And I'm a realist. I text Franco and said what I needed to say, how I felt and how I saw it. He said to me how he felt and how he saw it. And I proceeded the way that I felt like I needed to, which was going my separate way.
Absolutely.
And that was that.
And you heard it from the horse's mouth. And I'm gonna one more question before I get out of here. Nah, don't be scared. One more question before I get out of here. When you lived in the Meadows, and I messaged you at one time, and you did say, come through. Were you kind of like, because it was limited internet. When I didn't come through, or like when I didn't respond, like, how did you feel about that? Like, is this nigga playing with me, or was it like, did he make a bet, or it was just like, oh, it is what it is?
I think in that moment in time in my life, I think literally if you would have came through, you might have would have clapped some cheeks. But
come on, man.
I would just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I think we're at that point in my life where I was all over the place, and I had just moved back, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people, like, I knew them, but people used to get mad. They like, Kat, it used to annoy me because it's like, yeah, I do, but I really don't remember because I left when I was so young and I was gone for a long time. I came back when I was grown with my own children. So it was like, yeah, I know you, but man, like, you know what I'm saying? So when you messaged me and I messaged you back and was like, yeah, pull up, who knows what would have happened at that moment? That's just keeping it real. I don't know what would have happened.
He got something else to say.
No, this is literally my last question. I'm gonna get out the way. It's 2015. That's all I gotta say. But
2015.
I mean 2025.
I was lost.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I was like, went back in time. She got me. I'll be nervous around Kat.
Come on.
Kat be having me nervous. I'm sweating and shit. No, but it's 2025. That's what I'm saying. But I don't even have a question. I just want to say shout out to you because everything that you said was like accurate. You know, you my friend. I love you. I love what you do with the community. You big on the community, big on these kids. These people can never say nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, like, man, you stand on business in any aspect from A to Z. So he just gave you your flowers. I want to give you your flowers before I get up out of here, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate everything you've done for me because, like you said, man, it'd be nice that I just called Kat and she coming through. I ain't ate. I need somewhere to go. I need somewhere to chill. I need somebody to talk to, all that. So just giving your flowers while you alive, I appreciate you. And, you know, put all that behind us. You know, I want my friend back. We good. Everything, you know, we got everything understood. So, you know, I love you and I appreciate you and continue to do what you do with these kids, with these girls, because like you said, you cheer, football, volleyball, all this with the kids, and you make sure your kids are active. You make sure your kids are good with or without any help. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You've been standing on business, and I'm gonna get up out of here. But like I said, I appreciate you.
And you heard it right here from Talking to Texas, man. Real talk. So, with it just being on you, my first question is, why you be fighting all the time? And I want to know, does it come from a place of childhood trauma or these hoes just got you fucked up?
You know, that is a great question for me. It's a question where I got to dig deep. So, you know, growing up, everybody know Eric and I grew up in the same household, and we were two totally different kids. But we had the same parents, we had the same structure, we had the same rules, we had the same love. What I think people don't understand is mental health is real, right?
Absolutely, for sure.
And so, I am a severe bipolar person. So that means that I can go from 0 to 1,000 just like that. And when I was growing up, I hated being the bad kid. Honestly, I hated it. I used to wake up in the morning and get ready for school, and I would tell myself, Kat, you're going to go to school today. You're not going to get in trouble. You're going to have a good day. But the moment that something ticked me, I could never control it. So I was labeled the bad kid. And now as an adult, when I get out of character, I beat myself up. Because I have fought not to be that person anymore. But I also stand on respect and principles. And I feel like if you've been around me and you saw me fight, I don't start fights. I don't go to the club. I don't pick. But if you pick with me, then you better know what you're doing. Because I don't allow people to pick with me or disrespect me. I feel like if you disrespect me, that's the ultimate line for me. You got to see me. But now, if y'all notice, I don't go out. I be in the house.
Right.
You know why? Because I've learned that it's triggers out here in the world.
That's right.
And you have to learn them. And when you learn them, you have to remove yourself from the triggers.
Facts.
People tell me all the time, Kat, you don't got to stop going out because of other people. It has nothing to do with them and all about me and the growth that I'm making. And like you said, this say, Kat, I'm a drill director. How can I teach these young kids that are looking up under me, don't do this, don't do that, but then they can go home and get on social media and see their same coach that just gave them all this instruction clowning, acting a fool. So I remove myself so that nobody can get that laugh. Nobody can get that benefit of the doubt to say, oh yeah, Kat was just preaching this on Saturday, on Friday she was tearing up the club. You're not going to get that satisfaction on me no more, because I've learned that every single time I fight, I might whoop them. But when I'm in jail, I lost. Because I'm in jail and I'm away from my children. Now I got to come up with bonds money. I got to come up with lawyer money. So I didn't win. I lost that fight.
Right.
So I've learned that fighting, the way that I see it, honestly, I made my mark.
Right.
I've made it.
Come on.
I no longer have nothing to prove. I've made it. Everybody know that I will fight. Everybody know I can fight. So I've made my mark. It's no more need for me to do it anymore. So
Absolutely.
That's where I stand with that.
Absolutely. You said what you said. When you said, you made your mark. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing to prove.
Facts.
So
Facts.
the moment you go out there and fight again, people gonna be like, "Oh, Kat just fighting again."
Facts.
Kat,
Facts.
you know. So like you said, you made your mark, and you ain't got nothing to prove.
Facts.
For sure. So my next question is, and the people want to know, when you was out there in the club doing your thing, they want to know where you get those mega knees from.
That done took me out on the ground, on the floor, and around the corner. Man, well, I've always been able to dance. I've always been a big girl, but I've always been able to dance. I love to be able to do it. I remember a while ago, I had so many girls messaging me, and they would say, "Man, Kat, where you get that confidence from? I wish I could wear that. I wish I could go to the club and dance like that." And what I told all of them was, "Baby, you got to dig deep within yourself. Because if I worry about what I say, trust me, they're talking about me because I got on a half shirt.
For sure.
But it don't matter what they think. It matter what you think about yourself. So you have to dig deep within yourself and love yourself. And then when you love yourself, you going to go out there and do whatever it is that you feel the need to do."
That's right.
And guess what? Them knees still here.
Come on, man.
They still here. But I've always been able to dance. And I absolutely love to dance. And like I said, I also like to do it because I'm a bigger girl. So I like to give the bigger girls, the show like, hey, you can go out there and show out too. It don't just got to be, the little girl. You can go out there and show out too. So, yeah. I don't know where I got them from, but I got them.
Come on, man. Normally they say that you get it from your mama.
Well, baby, I don't know if Sissy would have the mega knees, but baby, I definitely got them.
Come on, man. So, you being you, and when, like I said, a lot of people know who you are, what make a hoe want to hate on Kat?
Man.
In your eyes.
I ain't gonna lie. That takes me back to something that Thurston used to always tell me. Thurston women never liked me because they always felt like we had something going on because we were so close. That was my brother. But what he used to always tell me is, man, you shitting on these bitches, sis. They might be fine. They might look good. But as far as a woman aspect, you is shitting on these bitches. I go to work. I keep a job. I got 6 kids. I make sure all of them, always have made sure they're all active. They all look good. I always have somewhere for them to live. I'm always have something to drive. And I know that a lot of people hate because they be like, well, how Kat this and how Kat that. But I can thank the people, the haters, because the hate is what fuels me to always go hard. I'm talking about the fact that I know that there's people in the back saying they want me to fall. That's why I'm not gonna fall. Because I know that it's there.
Right.
That's what I continue to tell my children, my older kids. I tell them, don't do that because that's what they want to see you do.
That's right.
You got to do something different. Don't do what the people are already in the background saying that you're going to do. So that's me. People, I tell my kids all the time, you think I still don't have haters? You think I still don't got naysayers? You think I still don't got people that don't believe in me? I do.
Right.
But that's what makes me keep going. So for me, I feel like people hate because for one, I'm really who I am. A lot of people out here faking it. Yeah. They faking it to make it.
Yeah.
You this way in front of this person, you this way in front of this person, you got so many faces, people can't keep up. Kat is going to be Kat. I don't care where you put me. Now, you have to know when it's time to change faces. That don't mean you being fake. People say, well, how Kat get these professional jobs? Because I know how to be professional.
Come on.
It's a time to be professional. It's a time to be ghetto. It's a time to in a place for everything. So I feel like people really hate me because I really live my truth.
Right.
Absolutely. I am who I am, and I don't want to be nobody but me.
For sure. For sure. Great answer. Great answer. When I say B County, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind to me is it's just what's the word? It's a Debbie Downer for me. It's a Debbie Downer for me because of the simple fact that I feel like B County never lets people live down nothing.
Right.
No matter how much good you do, people will forever remember you for the bad.
That's facts.
And I learned this with my oldest. I beat myself up. I still cry at night because I put my son in a position to win. I always have. And I feel like the biggest mistake that I made was bringing him back here. He never got in trouble in Houston. Brought him here, and it was constant trouble. And when he wrong, I'm going to say he wrong. But we all know that some of the stuff that was going on at that school was going on with other kids, the exact same things.
Right.
But when it was him, they would multiply by 1,000. When it was somebody else, so we can write a little letter. But I trumped it up to the fact that who I am, who I was in the school district. Everybody know that, God rest his soul, Mr. Smedley. I was 12 years old in the 6th grade when I was committed to TYC. Mr. Smedley got on the stand, and when the judge asked him, is there anything that the school district could do for me at 12 years old, he said no. He said the school system has done completely everything that we can do. We don't have anything else to offer her. And they committed me to TYC at 12, but you mean to tell me at 12 years old in the 6th grade you had no other resources for me?
Come on, man.
That's BS. And now it's the same way. The school district remember me. And I feel like you put that same emphasis on my child. And anything that he did, well, it's the mama. But I feel like people don't allow you to change in this county, and that's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people are supposed to be allowed to grow. How can you grow when it's people steady trying to pull you down? They steady trying to pull you down. They still want people to remember who you used to be.
Right, yeah.
Just like in this cheer thing, I had some kids that didn't know me. I had some parents that did know me. But the crazy part about it was the parents who didn't know me, they showed so much love and so much support versus the parents that did know me. Nothing but backlash. Every time I try to do this, it's a problem. But it was only simply because of who I am. Who I am.
Right.
If another person come in and do the same thing, they're going to jump up behind the wagon. But because it was me, it was a problem.
Right.
And the cold part about it is I'm trying to tell them, like, hey, I know what it takes to win. So I'm just trying to get us to win. And this is the steps to take to get us to win. That's it. It's all about the kids. But in this county, it's just like, my Kat the drill. I know y'all ain't letting y'all kids cheer for Kat. Well, what's wrong with Kat? Kat do got a long history in this thing. My oldest son been doing this since he was 4. I've been a part of organizations for a long time. I do know a little bit. It's just.
Yeah, I feel like they don't let your past go.
They don't let it go.
And that's what the world is supposed to do. You're supposed to grow.
You're supposed to evolve.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to people in this county specifically, they have skeletons in their closet that don't nobody know about. But like you say, you are you, and you put it out there. You don't hide it. You don't have changing faces.
Facts.
And these people would much rather hold on to who you used to be than who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I feel like that's what it is in this county. Like you said, when they come down to you, hey, I know y'all not getting it from Kat.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you put together an event a few years ago at the Freeport Park, which was a huge success, by the way. And I appreciate you for doing that because that's what the county needed.
Absolutely.
Still to this day, that's what the county needs.
Absolutely.
Did the news twist the message that you was trying to send? And what was your actual message to the county?
I think that the news focused on one aspect of things.
Right.
Where for me, it was supposed to be bigger than that.
That's right.
But the news focused was one aspect of it. But this was something that I had been posting on social media. Like, somebody help me. Where do I go? How do I figure it out? Where's the steps? And so for me, the message was supposed to be to the whole community, our community. Hey man, look what's going on with our kids. It's time for us old heads to get in these kids' ear. And I said it then and I'll say it now. My child might not listen to me, but if you talk to him, he just might listen.
Right, absolutely.
But it's so much of we rather sit back and watch people kids fail and clap because it's not ours.
Right.
It's much easier to do that. But I feel like this is our community and our kids are having kids. Our kids, our grandkids got to grow up. And I feel like we all need to come together and help these kids because some of these kids just need somebody to act like they care. And they might change or you might see something different. I know for mine, I preached and I preached and I preached. Bro, we done talked.
Absolutely.
I preached and I preached. At the end of the day, these kids gonna grow up and they gonna make their own choices.
That's right.
And as a parent, the only thing that we can do is pray that it's the right one.
That's right.
But where I stand now, like I tell mine, the bed that you make, you will lay in it.
That's right. Facts.
I'm no longer coming to the rescue. I've done all that I can do. So when you make those wrong choices, you're gonna lay in that mess. But again, I feel like us as a community, once again, us old heads, us that's been through some things, we need to step in with these kids and make something shake. Like you said, that was one event. It was massive. I didn't even expect it to be that, but it was.
Right.
And you see, I brought in pastors for prayer because we need it. These kids don't know nothing about church. The church houses are empty. The kids don't know nothing about God. All they know is NBA Youngboy.
Come on, man.
So I just feel like that is what was needed at that moment, and I feel like it's still needed.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a village.
It takes a village.
It's a true fact.
It takes a village.
It's a true saying that it takes a village.
It does because when we was growing up, I used to be at your house every day.
Right.
If I do something wrong, your mama gonna get on to me, and she gonna call my mama. Then when I get home, I'm fit to get another whooping.
That's right. Yeah.
It ain't like that. Don't nobody want you to say nothing to their kids. You wrong if you do. And it's like, no, that's not the way that it should go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody kid doing something wrong, we should correct them.
That's right.
We shouldn't allow them to do it in our face and we turn the other cheek and just be glad that it's not ours.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's crazy to me because how we were raised, just like you said. If this parent see that kid doing something, they going to get on to him.
Yes.
And so we were supposed to take that upbringing to nowadays. And a lot of people that's not like that. Why? Absolutely. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I tell people about mine. Just like I tell the coaches, hey, that's no longer my kid. When he on that field, that's your kid.
Absolutely.
So you treat him like he's your own.
Absolutely.
And don't come to me and tell me, hey, Jacory or Jamarcus ain't want to do it. No, that's your kid. You treat him like how you would treat your own.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what it is, but I do think that, I know that this county needs, us to come together for these kids and this youth.
Yes.
What I'm saying? So speaking about your son, the day he got shot, walk me through that day.
So at that time, my son was going to school in Bay City. It was summer break and he was home because at practice for 707, he was passing the ball to the running back and he got too close. He broke his nose in 4 places. So Jamarian was out for the summer. He had just had surgery on his nose. So this day, we literally had just came from Houston getting the things that they had in his nose taken out. And I stopped at my job in Angleton, did a few things in the office, and we headed home. I was tired. I got in the bed. I went to sleep. My phone started going off, and I'm just steady hitting decline because I'm tired. So I'm steady hitting decline. Then a text come through, and it says, "Mama, Jay has been shot. So I jump up, I call, and my stepdaughter, she was just screaming. And I was like, I couldn't hear, I couldn't make out what she was saying, but she was just saying he shot. I jumped up, I threw on a muumuu, and I took off running. I didn't have on no shoes. I took off running. I jumped in my car. I put my flashers on. I told her, send me your location. She sent me her location. I flew there. We pulled up. It was the Stratton Ridge Park. I put up on 2 wheels. When I entered the park, all I could see was my son on the ground. And at this moment, the ambulances was putting him on the stretcher. They had a compression on his chest. When I pulled up, I jumped out of the car, ran over there. Of course, police are holding me back. I just want to know at this moment, is my son alive?
Right.
And they kept saying, ma'am, he's breathing. But at this moment, I'm not hearing y'all. I want to get to my kid. So they was like, we got to put him in the ambulance. They took my son in the ambulance. Now everybody has arrived. They've put me in the car. We're driving to the hospital. We get to the hospital, and my brothers and them are asking where he is. And the nurse says, we don't have anybody by that name. I broke down, and I told my mama, if I lose my son, you're going to be a full-time mama, because there's no way I can live without my son. And the lady came back, and she said, hold on. I think that he's being light flighted. So she confirmed it. He was being light flighted. I then went home to change, and everybody got on the road. I was calling the hospital, but if you've ever been through anything like this, when it's a gunshot, they don't know what happened, so they don't give out information. So there's no information being given. My aunt and my cousin lived in Houston, so they were able to make it to the hospital before me. So the doctors are now waiting on mom to arrive so that they can tell us what's going on, what's happening. I arrive at the hospital. They put us in a private room, and the doctor comes in, and he says, your son has been shot twice. He says the bullet has went through his lungs, his kidneys, and something else it went through. And he said he has internal bleeding. We have to take him in for immediate surgery. He said the surgery probably going to be an hour. So now all of my family has arrived. We're in the waiting room. An hour has went by. Nobody has came and said anything. It was a time where I ain't never called on God like I called on God at this time. I just went into prayer, and I just asked God to please keep my son on this side of the earth. See, it was a surreal moment for me because my son was 16, and at 16, I was brutally stabbed. I have scars everywhere, all over my back, my head. I was stabbed, and Jamarian was only 1 year old when I got stabbed, and he was right there when it happened. They had to rush me to the hospital, and, at that moment, I prayed and asked God to keep me here for my son, and if he kept me here for my son, I would change. So it's a surreal moment for me because I'm like, here we are. My son's 16, and look where we are.
Right.
And the surgery was 8 hours. So, of course, my mind is everywhere. Because you said an hour, they don't come get me to 8 hours. They take me upstairs where he is in recovery, and I look at my baby, and the first thing he said was, will I be able to play football again?
Come on, man.
And what I told him was, we not worrying about football. We worrying about you, that you get healthy, because at this moment he had 2 collapsed lungs. He couldn't get out the bed. He couldn't use the restroom out the bed. None of that. And I looked at my son, and he didn't have no muscle. It's crazy, because everybody know he was buff. Until he woke up, and he looked like a whole nother kid. And so, I watched him take the bullets out of my baby. I watched them turn them over, cut them open, and take the bullets out. And when the doctor came in, he said if the gun would have been any bit bigger, he wouldn't have made it. But that's something that I don't wish on no parent to ever in life have to go through something like that. It was scary. And still to this day, I have PTSD. I wake up sometimes out the middle of the night, just go open his room door to make sure that he's there. But I thank God every day that my boy is still here. He's alive and well. The gentleman the white guy that we honored, Cole, I'm so thankful for him. Like he said, he was just passing by the park. He seen a lot of commotion. He turned in. He saw my son on the ground bleeding out. He immediately ran over and applied pressure until the ambulance got there. So who knows what would have happened if he wasn't in that place, if God didn't put him there in that place at that time. Who knows what would have happened? So, we honored Cole.
Absolutely. Shout out to Cole.
Yes, man. We honored him. I put it together all kind of baskets and stuff for Cole, and we are still in contact with Cole.
We still need to.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So, that's what I just say to any parent out there, man, it's real. It's real. And something like that I never thought that I would experience. But I did. I lived it. And, that's why I'm so big on the kids. Whether people believe it or not, man, I'm big on these kids because of how much I've been through with my own children. The object of the game is to not to see another parent go through any of the things that I went through. That's right. The object of the game.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I tell my kids all the time as well, man, your friends ain't your friends. That's number one. Your friends ain't your friends. And I heard that, whenever that did happen, it wasn't too many people there.
Absolutely. And, this is what I'll say. If my son would have been there and somebody else's child would have got shot and my son knew everything, when we left that scene, we would have went straight to the police station because I wouldn't have played that.
Right.
But I was hurt because I felt like if my son would have died, we wouldn't have knew nothing. Because people was playing the gangster role.
Come on, man.
But it's like at this point, all bets are off. We're no longer playing the gangster role because my son could have lost his life. I need everybody to stand up and step up. But he learned a valuable lesson that day. And let me make this clear. My kids ain't better than nobody kids. But what I've always tried to tell my son was you have to set yourself apart. I'm not boasting, I'm not bragging, but everybody know my son got talent. What I used to tell him is, bro, you think people don't want to see you fall?
Facts.
You have to set yourself apart.
Facts.
You have God-given talent that people pray for. They work for. You just got it. You got to set yourself apart. If you want to go to school and you want to be somebody, it don't mean that you acting funny. You think you nobody. That means you got a vision and you trying to get there.
Right.
And I used to tell him, you have to pick and choose who you hang with because it matters.
It does.
When everything happened, and he went to jail, you don't think they brought that up? He in this gang? No, he ain't in no gang. But because you had prior association.
Right.
When something happened, that's the first thing they went to. Yeah. So, he learned a valuable lesson, and I did too. And, it took me a while to simmer down because I was upset about it. Because, hey, man, my boy could have lost his life. This is not a game.
Not a game, for real. Facts.
And we playing, hush. We gangsters. We don't talk. We don't tell it. Y'all is crazy. Y'all listen to this rap stuff, and them people that's rapping to y'all, they don't even much live that life.
Facts.
They get paid to rap it to y'all so y'all can be dummies and really do what they rapping.
The facts. Facts.
You get what I'm saying? But y'all like here talking about a Uzi this and a Draco this, and them people is getting paid for y'all to really go out there and be clowns.
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell my kids, every day you wake up with a chance and a choice. You have a chance to make today better than yesterday. And the choices that you make is on you.
It's on you.
So we as parents, we can only raise them to the best of our ability.
Facts.
As soon as they dot that door, it's on them.
It is.
So we can only pray at the end of the day.
It is.
And pray for better days and pray that our kids do make the right choices.
It is. And I tell my kids all the time, it's okay to make mistakes because you can't learn if you don't make them.
Absolutely.
But where we come in, the problem is when you keep making them, you don't learn from them.
That's right.
You can't keep making the same ones over and over and expect that nothing ain't going to happen. If something bad going to happen eventually.
Right.
You can make them, but you got to learn from them.
They say warning comes before destruction.
What?
Come on.
What? You can't keep bumping your head and you ain't gonna learn from it.
Come on,
Eventually, you're gonna bust it wide open.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Facts. So you got a wedding day coming up.
I do.
Is it an actual ceremony? And how excited are you?
I am super excited, and it is an actual wedding ceremony. Some people may know, some might not know, but I am already married. We are coming up on our 10-year anniversary, and we decided we were going to have an actual ceremony because when we got married, I was pregnant and miserable, and we went to the courthouse.
Right.
I'm very excited, and the reason that I'm excited is because my husband and I have been through a lot. We've separated a time or two. It's been times where I thought that it was over, and the next step was divorce, and we wasn't gonna make it work. But I feel like God played a big part in this because we've separated for even over a year, and it's been times where he was doing him and I was doing me. And it was like it wasn't no point that we were coming back together. We were just co-parenting. But I dug deep. I sat down one day and I dug deep. I did the pros against the cons. And I felt like my kids deserved me to sit down and be the woman that he wanted me to be. My husband and I always bumped heads because him and I are two different people. I'm rowdy. He's very reserved. I felt like I'm young. So I'm married. I can go out whenever I want to. But my husband didn't see things that way. You married, you got kids. What is you outside for? He also used to feel like I'm married. I'm hanging with single people. It's nothing but bad things to happen. And I used to fight it and fight it and fight it. And I'm like, you trying to control me, trying to run my life. You don't tell me what to do. When I sat down, I thought about it. I'm like, man, it ain't that he trying to control me, but if I want to be a wife, it's certain things that I must do to be that.
Come on.
And as a husband, he is supposed to require certain things of me as a wife.
Preach.
So I dug deep. And I'm not going to lie. My husband was with somebody else living with him. And I texted him. And I said, and I was with somebody else. And I texted him. I said, it's time to come home. And we talked. And he said, what's going to change? What's going to change? I do this all the time. I leave. You say you don't do it.
Come on.
But this time, I knew that if I did not change, we were going to be divorced because he was tired. My husband not perfect. But I do know that he loves me. And I do know that he's not going to steer me wrong. And so that's what I did. I dug deep. And we fought. Both of us have fought to get to the place that we are right now. And, it's last week before, I literally was just at work and I thought about it and I texted him. I said, man, we ain't been this happy in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't understand how hard marriage is.
Facts.
It takes work.
Facts.
It takes dedication. Don't nothing come easy. But oftentimes in 2025, people feel like if you go through something, you're supposed to, buy, divorce, get you a new one. That's what they say.
Right. They just think about the wedding. They don't think about the work.
That wasn't the case for me because I ain't want to get married just for the fun of it. I got married because this is what I want to do life with. And so I feel like, my kids deserve this. So that's why I sat there. And then another thing was I used to go out all the time, but you never saw my husband. Why? Because I know when I go out without my husband, I can act a plumb fool. But when my husband there, I got to act like a lady. So I started including my husband. Well, I want to go out. Babe, can we go out? Then we go out together. And other people would notice that. And they would say, what's wrong with Kat? Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just acting like a lady. It's a difference. I'm married and my husband is here, so I must respect him.
Right.
And if he feels like me on the dance floor dropping it low is disrespectful to him, well, then it's disrespectful. And I'm going to sit down.
Right.
And so that is, what I feel like I had to do to work on myself and realize, man, it's time to grow up. You know what I'm saying? These kids are growing up. It's time to grow up and find the family dynamic of things because These people don't care about me.
Nah.
They don't care if I got a husband or my kids got a daddy. They don't care.
Come on.
And so that's what I did. And I've always been a woman that's gonna get behind my man. I don't care if you came to the table with a banana or you came empty. We gonna make it work because I'm gonna get behind my man. And you know, for me, for him, he used to feel like you trying to be my mama. It was never me trying to, and he had to learn this. I'm not trying to be your mama, but we grew up in two different worlds, and I grew up out of love. My husband grew up out of survival. That's
Absolutely.
two totally different ways of life.
For sure.
So a lot of things that are important to me are not important to you. And so I was trying to force family on you where that's not your life. And so I had to learn to, you know, not forcibly try to make you be somebody else. I had to learn how to meet you where you are, love you where you are, and then show you the way to where I'm trying to go. And that's how I feel like we got to. I mean, we happy. We was both on vacation last week. We were supposed to go to Cancun on a cruise, but I'm a scared cat and lost all my money.
Come on, man.
When it was time, I said I ain't going. And so we literally stayed at home all week in the house, loving on each other, reminiscing on each other, you know, going over stuff for the wedding. And I can honestly, positively say, like, we are in a great place, a place that we haven't been in a long time.
Absolutely.
And I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm super excited to be able to walk down the aisle and look him in his eye and recommit. You know, because I feel like this recommitment gonna mean everything. Because we got married a long time ago and we done broke vows and did all kind of things along the way. But now it's time to recommit. We older now. We finna recommit and do this thing right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. You spoke it like a true wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I'm proud of you. And I will be there.
Period.
In the presence.
Yes, Lord.
Because I know, and everybody else know, who know Kat, that it ain't easy.
Yes, Lord.
You know, dealing with someone like you, but at the end of the day, it's all out of love.
Absolutely. My brother and them tell him that all the time. They say, brother-in-law, we don't know how you deal with my sister. How you doing? You know, like you said, it take a
strong
true soldier to deal with me.
For sure.
It does. And you know, like you say, gender roles in a marriage.
Right.
Because I'm so strong, it was, you know, that was another thing for him. Because like, well, if you don't need me, what I'm here for?
Come on, man.
You know, so I had to learn, like, hold on, I got a husband now. I got to let this man, you know, have some say-so over here. Absolutely. I don't just run everything no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just used to being so strong that I had to learn how to get in my soft girl area and chill.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before we get out of here, I want you to speak to every female out there, whether it's young or old, who is chasing behind a nigga, who is mentally and physically abusive. What are some words you would have to say to them?
I'll start off by saying this. A lot of people in the community know, like, when me and my husband separated, I literally dealt with another man. And he's known in the community. Everybody knows him. And that man is one of the reasons that I was ready to walk away from my husband. Because he showed me a different life. He showed me, you know, he's older. He showed me a different life. It felt good. It felt good to just have a man open up my car door and see it's on the 4th tank and say, well, pull up. And you like, what I'm pulling up for? And he come out the store, he pumping gas. Or, you know, we get ready to go somewhere, my car dirty. Man, pull over there. You gotta, you know, it was just a whole different vibe. And the man had a woman. So I'm second place. But I fell in love with all the things that he did and the man that he was, to that I lost myself. He was never physically abusive. But when we talk about mental abuse, I felt like, this is what I said. When I met him, me and my husband had just separated and I was lost. The twins was little, and I tell anybody, my husband was better with the twins than me. and I was lost. And we became super friends. And he would just come over there. So some days I couldn't go to work, and he would come over there and say, "What is you doing? You about to let a nigga make you lose everything? You know you got these kids. You tripping, like, get up, clean your face. You got to go to work." And that's what he was to me. He was genuinely a friend, somebody who would come over there and speak nothing but life into me. And then one day it went to something else, and then it became something that wasn't what it was supposed to be, but it ended up being that. But what I fell in love with was how he spoke life into me. I never had a man speak life into me like that. Like that let me know that, man, you're a great person. Like, people don't come often like you. You know, you are great. Like, you have an amazing heart. You'll do anything for anybody. And he used to say, man, because at that time I was at the nursing home, and he used to say, man, there's so much out here for you.
Right.
You got a big brain. You
Right.
smart. Man, you can do anything you want to do. Go get it. But I feel like he played on that because I was going through something, and so he was able to finesse me in the game.
Right.
But when I say mental abuse, because you had me, then you had her, her. And so when I'm pouring out my all into you, you pouring it into 5, 6, 7 other places. And the main thing that I asked him one day was, how can you put me together and then turn around and be the same person who breaks me into pieces? Make it make sense.
Come on, man.
And so that is exactly why I am who I am right now. I don't got time to talk to no niggas, because I learned that I might as well go through the fire with the one who matters.
That's right.
Because I'm going to go through the fire whether or not
regardless,
it's him.
Yeah.
So what I'll say to all these, even young girls, man, especially our youth, because I was there. I had Jay at 15. I got pregnant at 14. I had him at 15. I thought I was in love, and I had my baby. But never chase a man. Never chase a nigga, because if you're wanted, you don't gotta do the chasing.
Come on, man.
When a man wants you, you don't gotta chase. He gonna be right there. He gonna be present. You're going to know that you're what he wants. And on my foot, Ed Hardy, years ago, he had a bottle of perfume. He said, "Love doesn't supposed to hurt. It's tatted on my foot."
That's right.
I live by that.
That's right.
If
facts.
you love me, don't hurt me.
That's facts.
Because love is not supposed to hurt.
That's facts.
If it hurt, you don't need it. Because love don't make you cry. Not real love. You're supposed to be happy. Will you have hard times? Yeah. But when a man is purposely causing pain on you, that ain't the man for you. And oftentimes we feel like we got to stay down, because that's what I thought. Man, I'm going to just stay down. I'm going to show him, because what I learned by dealing with this man, some men ain't never had a good woman.
Come on.
This is what I learned. Some men ain't never had a good woman.
Yeah.
So when they get a good woman, they be blown away. And my love language is gifting. You'll hear, I remember back in the day, you get into it, so I had a trick. Nah, baby, I ain't no trick, but I take care of my meat.
That's right.
When we get ready to go somewhere, we're going to step. Because I'm going to step, so I'm going to make sure you step.
Come on.
If I had to buy the Jordans or not, we're going to step. They're going to say Kat and her man was fresh. Some men never had a good woman. And so when they get them, they blown away. But I've learned that for some reason, a man will walk right over that good woman for that one that ain't got nothing on the one that's over here.
Come on, man.
But you can't compete with history. And that's what I learned. I don't care what I did for this man or how good I was to him. I learned I can't compete with history.
That's a word.
You got some history over there.
That's a word, man.
So I can't compete with it. But I had to put myself first and say, man, enough is enough, man. Do I think you love me? Absolutely. Do I love you? Absolutely. But love sometimes is not enough. So to every woman out there, man, it may be love, but love is not all it takes. That ain't it.
That's right.
Love is not enough for you to stay somewhere where you're unhappy. You got to put the other aspects in the puzzle, or get out of there. And let me talk about physical abuse. Man, it's never okay for a man to put their hands on a woman.
Facts.
I don't care what the situation is, what's going on, what you did. Never stay in a situation where a man feel like it's okay to put their hands on you. Man, it's on the news all the time, man. These women are dying. These men putting their hands on them and they dying and they leaving their kids out here. It ain't that much love in the world, because again, we have to choose us. We have to dig deep. We have to find love within ourselves before we can ever allow anyone else to love us. We gotta love ourselves.
That's a word, man.
And if you out here dealing with that type of stuff, that means you don't love yourself. And you gotta dig deep. And to all the ladies out here, it's nothing wrong with it, because we all been there. We all been there. I promise you. If you follow me on social media, you can tell the growth in me by what I even post on social media.
That's fact.
But I am open book. So when I was going through things, I used to post it. But it was a process. And everything in life is a process. And sometimes it hurt. But you know what? I always say, cry, go in the shower, scream, yell, kick, holler, whatever you got to do. Cry, let it out, and then get back to it. Put your big girl panties on and get back to it, because the world will suck you up and they won't hang you out to dry. So that's my talking to the world, man, to these women out here. Man, keep pushing. Don't let nobody tear you down. Don't let no man tell you that you're not worthy. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not worthy. And understand that we all out here struggling. We all out here trying to make it. We all trying to find our place in life. But don't let nobody tell you where you belong in life. You tell yourself where you belong. You put yourself there. And always remember that you always going to have haters. You always going to have somebody critiquing you. You always going to have somebody waiting on you to fall off. But let that be your motivation to keep going and to be great and to be better. And also, man, y'all, find a safe place. Find somebody that you feel is safe to tell stuff to when you're going through things, because honestly, suicide has been a big thing, a part of our community as well. Man, find somebody that you feel is your safe place. When you're going through something, you reach out to them, man, because I promise you, it will get greater. Right. It will get greater later.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'll say to everybody out there, man. Keep going, keep pushing. Man, it might storm today. It might storm tomorrow, but the rainbows, they gonna come.
Absolutely, man. And there you have it for my motherfucking nigga, man. They thought you was gonna come over here and just act a motherfucking plum fool, but you came on here and you gave them the knowledge that they needed. You gave them the message that needed to be sent, and you did just that, and I appreciate you, my motherfucking nigga.
I appreciate you having me. I really do. And I hope somebody, if anybody out here watching or listening, I hope y'all take something away from that. And if it is any little girl or any woman out here going through something, man, reach out to me. I'll help where I can, and I'll definitely speak life into you, if nothing else.
Absolutely, man. Talking to Texas, and we signing off.
Texas is the home of the players and pimps. Showing nigga ass in the great slave kicks. Third coast born and me with Texas way. Motherfucker, that's where I stay.
Hey,
Drake, what's up, Drake?
Drop the L, man.
Chilling?
Yeah.
I know that's fucking right.
Drop the L, like, goddamn, oh hot. Fuck. You want a beer? She wants some liquor.
I don't drink beer. That's why I'm gonna shot it. Give me some, I'm gonna shot it. Whew.